Now, let's hop on to the second segment tonight. Most people think wars are won through military strength alone, right? But modern geopolitics, that works differently. Sometimes geography itself becomes a weapon, and no geography is more important right now than Strait of Hormuz. Look at the map very carefully. Hormuz is only 33 kilometers wide at its narrowest navigable point. Yet, through its tiny corridor flows the energy lifeline of the entire world. Oil exports from Saudi Arabia, Iraq, Kuwait, the UAE and other Gulf producers move through it every single day. Liquefied natural gas shipments from Qatar also passes through this route only. So that means Hormuz is not just a regional choke point. It is one of the most strategically important maritime corridors on the planet Earth. Here, Iran understands this deeply. Tehran knows it cannot compete with America in terms of aircraft carriers or stealth bombers, right? But it also knows something else. Global markets are psychologically fragile. You do not need to fully block Hormuz permanently to create chaos. Even the threat of disruption, it is enough to send oil prices soaring. Insurance costs for shipping companies rise instantly. In fact, energy traders panic, governments begin preparing emergency reserves. And this is where Iran's strategy becomes intellectually important. Tehran's real power is asymmetric leverage. It uses uncertainty as a strategic instrument here. Small naval boats, drone swarms, missile threat, maritime warnings, information warfare. All of these tools create pressure disproportionately to their actual military cost. Reports now suggest some Western officials initially believed Iran's military infrastructure would be weakened enough after the strike that Hormuz threatens would become manageable. But instead, Iran continued spiraling escalation capacity. Now that changed the whole strategic equation because suddenly the conflict it stopped looking like a contained military campaign and started resembling a global economic shock. And then came F-35 incident. One of the most fascinating aspects of this whole conflict is how quickly information itself becomes a battlefield. Hopping on to the third segment, here is when reports emerged that the US F-35 stealth fighters, they transmitted swag code 7700 near Hormuz. Global attention exploded instantly. Now if we talk about F-35, it is not just another aircraft. It is considered one of America's most advanced military assets, designed around stealth, sensor fusion, and network-centric warfare. So when tracking system showed the aircraft declaring an emergency right before turning towards UAE and disappearing from the public transponder visibility, speculation spread immediately. In the meantime, Iranian state-linked media rapidly suggests the aircraft had been shot down. So let me tell you here, no evidence was emerged to confirm this. No debris, no satellite images, no Pentagon confirmation. Here, military analysts, they later suggested that the emergency could have resulted from technical malfunction, fuel issue or onboard system failure. But if we see strategically, the truth, it almost becomes secondary because in modern warfare, perception creates strategic effort right before facts arrive.